things. Third lesson I've learned over the years is that God is no respecter of persons. His principles work for everyone, everywhere. This is a very valuable lesson I learned many years ago, because when we were growing up, we felt that, yes, God was good, yes, God can do anything, and God can do everything, but that if you are born with this skin pigmentation and you're black, somehow you have limitations. And that some of those limitations are permanent limitations and they are lifetime liabilities, and that you may not be able to overcome those limitations. But I have learned that God is no respecter of persons. What separates people is not who they are, but what they believe about God. That's what makes the difference. How they use God's principles. And God's principles will work in Asia, they work in Africa, they work in America, they work in Europe. If you would only apply his principles. Seed time, harvest time does not only work in Ghana, it works in Nigeria too. Seed time, harvest time works in South Africa, it works in China, it works in Russia, it works in Australia, it works in Azerbaijan, it works in Iraq, in Iran, it works in New York, it works in Brazil. Seed time, harvest time is seed time, harvest time. If I plant a seed, I will get the results. God is no respecter of persons. And I had to learn that to be able to deal with one of the biggest challenges every black person grows up with, inferiority complex. The inferiority complex that tells you you're not worth it, you cannot do it, you need somebody else to help you. You need somebody else to help you to achieve what you've achieved. Over the last week, I took a trip to my old neighborhood and to the house I grew up in, and it looks very dilapidated, and took pictures of the place, just looked around, looked at our kitchen, which I thought was very big at that time. It looks very, very, very tiny. I don't know how we managed to enter that kitchen. And the place we used to eat, very tiny, the bedrooms very small, and 6 of us were crammed in that bedroom. I wonder, it's just about 10 by 12 rooms, small room. And we were crammed there, some sleeping on the bed, some sleeping on the floor. And I just look around just to see how far we have come. And I remember I was with a friend, and I was telling him when we were kids, there was a particular area that rich people used to live, and most of the rich people were also white people. And we used to go to their dustbins to go and collect their leftovers and their toys and so on. And what they didn't like was Christmas for us, And I looked at all of that. And at that time, I felt, they were better off, and they had better ideas, and they could achieve what I can't achieve. And as you grow up, you learn that, white people are better, you are only black, the black man has a problem, and all the things we say to put ourselves down. But I've learned God is no respecter of persons. God doesn't care whether you are black or white. He doesn't care whether you are tall or short, whether you are fat or thin, whether your parents liked you or didn't like you, whether you know your father or you don't know your father. God doesn't care about that. All he cares is whether you will trust him, you will apply his word, and whether you were born out of illegitimate relationship or whatever, he is able to use you. You may start from a small kitchen and end up in a palace. God is no respecter of persons. All you need to do is trust him, use his word, work with his word. That's my third important lesson.